go ahead. We'll get started. Everybody's ready?
Ready.
The Monday, February 21st City of Vandalia Council meeting is now called to order. We'll start with a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
For those wondering, it is March 7th, not February 21st. Okay. Council, you had an opportunity to review the council meeting minutes from, looks like from December 20th through January 18th, and that also includes special council meetings and study sessions. Are there any comments or corrections? Being none, they stand approved. We have no communications, petitions, or awards, and that brings us to our public hearing, which we have none. And now we have comments from interested citizens. So if anyone would like to make a comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record and your comments. And if anyone is listening online and would like to make a comment, please raise your hand.
Holly Wiggins, I'm here representing AES Ohio. Just a reminder that we do have the Gift of Power program going on right now. Any citizens who are having issues with paying their electric bill should contact the Salvation Army. Go to our website, look up the details of it. It's aes-ohio.com/gift. That's for primarily used for people who have a one-time emergency need for help. And with rising prices and that, there are people that are running into problems every day. That program also allows those citizens, those of us lucky enough not to have those problems, to be able to donate to help your fellow citizens. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wiggins. Is there anyone else? Okay, we'll close the public hearing and we'll move on to the city manager's report. Mr. Wendt?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. 3 brief items. The state of the city is tomorrow. Breakfast starts at 7:30 a.m. at Scene 75. I also want to let you know that I'll be meeting with Congressman Turner's office on Wednesday to discuss potential funding for the road around the north side of the airport for logistics access and funding. The other thing is that I got a call today from Montgomery County Environmental Services. And so, as you know and has been reported, there's some monitoring of wells that is going on in Butler Township. There are 16 properties in the Ohio Department of Health map, which include properties within the Vandalia corporate limits. And so the residents who are in that area and property owners in that area are going to receive a letter from the county offering free testing of wells that are on the properties. That, of course, is optional testing. And I will provide you with a sample and a map to show you where those areas are that are included within the municipal corporate limits. But it's completely optional. It is not administered by Vandalia, and this directly relates to the PFOS, the polyfluoroalkyl groundwater contamination. And so what the county's trying to do is, before advising on extending utilities into the township, into other areas, is understanding specifically where there may or may not be contamination and what those levels are, so that they'll know if action has to be taken pending new guidance from the US EPA on what those actionable levels are.
All right. Thank you. We have no old business, and that brings us to our first resolution of the night, that being Resolution 22-R-18. Mr. McDonald, by title only.
A resolution awarding the bid for the SCBA compressor and fill station project requested by the Division of Fire to Breathing Air Systems in the amount of $46,769.74 as the lowest and best bid, and declaring the current breathing air compressor and fill station surplus property.
Thank you. Mr. Wendt?
Thank you, Your Honor. The Division of Fire is recommending replacement of the 1972 breathing air compressor, that's the year, not the size. As it has reached the end of its useful life, the city budgeted $50,000 for the project. 3 bid spec packets were picked up. 2 were given from Atlantic Emergency Solutions and Breathing Air Systems. Breathing Air Systems submitted the best alternate bid, which is the open rather than the closed configuration. After careful review of each submission, Division of Fire would like and recommends, and I agree, that City Council award the project to Breathing Air Systems of Reynoldsburg for the lowest best alternate bid amount of $46,769.74.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 22R18.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Blakesley and a second by Vice Mayor Lewis that we approve Resolution 22-R-18 as presented. Are there any comments from council?
Yeah, I think if we got 50 years out of this, I'd like to know what we did or what happened or what the machine was made of to get 50 years out of other equipment within the city. So if we can figure that out, that'd be great.
Start making fire trucks out of that.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
All right. Call the roll.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Pollak?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have Resolution 22-R-19. Mr. McDonald?
A resolution awarding the bid for removal and replacement of certain curb and sidewalk requested by Development and Engineering Services to D.L. Smith Concrete LLC at the lowest and best bid price of $382,907.
Thank you. Mr. Wendt?
Your Honor, bids were opened publicly for the removal and replacement of certain curbs and sidewalks on February 15th. 3 sets of specifications were issued. All 3 contractors submitted bids, which ranged from $382,000 approximately to just over $424,000. Our estimate for the project was $443,000. The project, along with our streets resurfacing project, is a major part of our enhanced infrastructure policy goal. We'll be replacing deteriorating sections of curb and sidewalk, and the city will be installing ADA-compliant handicap ramps at each of the intersections of the streets that will resurface later this year. I recommend awarding the contract for this project to D.L. Smith Concrete of Norwalk, Ohio, as the lowest and best bid at their price of $382,907.
Thank you. Have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 22-R-19 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Forrest and a second by Councilman Ehlers to approve Resolution 22-R-19 as presented. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Pollak?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have Resolution 22-R-20.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to contract with Motorola Solutions to provide maintenance and service for the radio consoles and equipment in the Police Division Communications Center in the amount of $29,989.40.
Thank you. Mr. Wendt?
In 2016, Vandalia Division of Police purchased new Motorola radio consoles during an upgrade and remodeling of the communications center. The Vandalia Division of Police utilizes Motorola Solutions for maintenance and service of the radio consoles and equipment. Motorola Solutions Astro 25 Advanced Plus service provides an integrated and comprehensive sustainment program for fixed-end network infrastructure equipment, including cybersecurity products and services. The 2022 annual service and maintenance agreement is $29,989.40, and this is below what was budgeted in the annual budget. We'll be utilizing $367.40 from the same line item to coverage the overage billed. And I respectfully request that competitive bidding be waived in order to contract with Motorola Solutions to provide maintenance and service for the radio consoles and equipment in VPD's Communication Center.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move that we approve Resolution 22R20 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Lewis and a second by Councilman Follick to approve Resolution 22-R-20 as presented. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Follick?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion passes 7-0. Next, we have Resolution 22-R-21.
A resolution to enter into an agreement with McGowan Brandbetter Agency, Inc. for brokerage and consulting services.
Thank you. Mr. Wendt?
Thank you, Your Honor. This proposal does not modify current employee benefits provisions or plans. Over the last year, I've met with several brokerage firms regarding health, dental, ancillary services. After extensive research, I've determined that it's in the interest of the taxpayer, city organization, and employees to migrate our brokerage and consulting services to McGowan Brandbetter, and I'd like to be authorized to negotiate and enter into that contract.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move to approve Resolution 22-R-21.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Follick and a second by Councilman Blakesley to approve Resolution 22-R-21 as presented. Are there any comments from council? Call the roll.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Follick?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading, nor do we have any ordinances in their second reading or emergency ordinances. And that brings us to reports from boards and commissions. The first one being a variance for audible device within 150 foot of a residence at 335 South Dixie. Mr. Wendt?
Thank you, Your Honor. The applicant and building owner, Bison Commercial Investments, has requested a variance to allow for an audible device within 150 feet of a residential dwelling unit. The proposal is to construct an audible device and menu board approximately 125 feet from the nearest residential dwelling unit on the southern side of the building. The Board of Zoning Appeals voted 4-0 to recommend approval of the requested variance to City Code Section 1224.01 Echo 8 Alpha drive-through facilities to allow for an audible device within 150 feet of a residential dwelling unit, and this pertains to Warehouse 4.
Thank you. Have a motion?
I move that we approve the variance for the audible device within 150 feet of residences at 335 South Dixie Drive.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Fairst and a second by Councilman Blakesley to approve the variance for audible device within 150 feet of a residence at 335 South Dixie. Are there any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Follick?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have a variance for a deck setback at 1144 Rexford. Mr. Wendt?
Thank you, Your Honor. The applicant, Mr. Kyle Leber, has requested a variance to allow for a screened-in deck within the rear yard setback of 35 feet. The proposal is to construct a screened-in deck within the rear yard approximately 29 feet from the rear property line and replace the existing uncovered deck. The deck is said to be at the end of its useful life and currently maintains a setback of just 27 feet, 7 inches from the rear property line. The Board of Zoning Appeals voted 4-0 to recommend approval of the requested variance to City Code 1226.04, Table 1226-1, to allow for the reduction of the minimum rear yard setback as proposed with the attached site plan.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the variance to allow for a screened-in deck within the rear backyard setback of 35 feet at 1144 Rexford Court.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Follick and a second by Vice Mayor Lewis to approve the deck setback at 1144 Rexford as presented. Any comments? Call the roll.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Follak?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ayers?
Yes.
I got that wrong, didn't I? Mr. Ayers, Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0. Next, we have a variance for solar panels at 375 Halifax Drive. Mr. Wendt?
Thank you, Your Honor. The applicant, Ace Thompson, Fluent Solar, has requested a variance on behalf of Mr. Luther Blakely, property owner, to allow for 9 solar panels on the front face of the roof, which faces a right-of-way, which is Halifax Drive. The applicant stated in the letter of justification that if the panels were moved to the back of the home, the north side, the efficiency of the panels would drop by 50%. The Board of Zoning Appeals was split with a 2 for and 2 against on recommending denial of the requested variance to City Code 1224.01 Echo 24 Echo Subpart 2. Roof-mounted solar energy systems to allow for 9 solar panels to face the right-of-way on Halifax Drive.
All right. Do we have a motion?
I move that we deny the variance for solar panels at 375 Halifax Drive.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Fairst and a second by Councilman Ayers to deny the variance for solar panels at 375 Halifax Drive. Any comments from council?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment. The reason I voted to deny this request is that I think staff is looking into changing our existing policy, and that would possibly give it more leeway on requests like this, but until we see that variance, until we see the new policy that they're recommending, we're really flying blindly here. So I think we have to wait till we get the new recommendation for the new policy.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? All right, have a motion?
Very good.
We just have to roll.
I made the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bob,
Go
second.
ahead and call the roll.
Councilmember Blake, and remind council this is a motion to deny. Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Follak?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0. Move on to, council, you've had an opportunity to review the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board minutes of November 17th, the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board minutes of February 16th, the Civil Service meeting minutes of November 4th, and the Civil Service meeting draft minutes of February 25th. Are there any comments?
I just have one comment. On the Parks and Rec Advisory Board minutes from February 16th, I wasn't able to attend that meeting because I was out of town, but I know there was some discussion about part-time staffing. And so my question for city manager is, have we looked at anything as far as pay rates and stuff for part-time staffing yet? And especially those areas like park and golf course maintenance.
Yes, we have. I don't have a proposal that's ready for council. I will tell you that it is not as extensive as what we've looked at for our full-time rates. I do plan on having recommendations for modifications to the part-time staff pay plan soon. I do not think that it will be at the next council study session. But yeah, we absolutely are looking at it.
All right, thank you.
All right, being no other comments, they stand approved, and that brings us to council comments. Mr. McDonald?
Just to remind everybody in council, we have an executive session this evening. There may be action taken after the executive session, and oftentimes we have an executive session and we don't have any action taken after that, but we may or may not have some action after this one, so I'm just reminding council of that.
Okay. Mr. Wendt?
I just want to dot my Ts and cross my Is, just kidding. And I would just ask that we, in addition to what's laid out in the call for the executive session to review collective bargaining strategy of the Teamsters, I would also like to discuss certain personnel matters regarding the appointment of a public employee.
Okay. Councilman Ayers?
Nothing, thanks.
Councilman Follick?
Yeah, just a couple things real quick. First, it's been a week or two, I think, since the employee recognition, but I don't think we've had a council meeting. So again, just congratulate to the 19 city employees who were honored with service milestones in 2021, which I think was a total of 330 years of combined service. I think anytime an organization has employees that have been here for 40 years and get service awards, that's something to be said about the work environment that they're in. So congratulations to everyone there. I know the city manager had included in the blue letter an information about House Bill 519 with the tax penalties. Have we gotten any information about I think it's House Bill 422 on utility payments and the impact of not being able to, or making it more difficult to put liens on properties and collect back payments on utilities?
I don't have anything at this time, but I'll absolutely look into it.
And then the other thing I just had was also that was discussed, I think, in the blue letter or in the Parks and Rec Advisory meeting minutes. The rec center and Parks and Rec, the senior center, it's just good to see that all those facilities and programs have started to rebound with both revenues, but also, more importantly, participation levels and daily use of the facilities post-COVID. So congratulations to staff on that achievement. And thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Councilwoman Forrest?
I don't have anything this evening. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Councilman Blakesley?
Just condolences to the Hellard family. For former Chief Hellard was quite a chief and great service to the city of Vandalia. And our prayers go out to them. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you. Councilwoman Woods?
Yes, I just want to share that I had received a letter this week from a client of mine who's an elderly lady who lives in my neighborhood, and her medical professionals had demanded that she go to some type of assisted living facility. And her two neighbors on either side and across the street convinced them that they would step up and give her the care she needed to stay at home. And after I had my three neighbors rescue me out of the snow, I just want to say we have some amazing people that live in this city, and kudos to all of our residents who are so caring and so giving.
Thank you. It's a good story. Thank you. Vice Mayor Lewis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
And I have no comments, and as our city attorney mentioned, we do have an executive session, and the purpose of the executive session is to review the collective bargaining strategy related to the Teamsters and certain other employee matters. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
You need to call the roll, we just, all right.
Oh, no, I have to call the roll on this one, I'm sorry. Councilmember Follick?
Yes.
Councilmember Fairst?
Yes.
Councilmember Ayers? Yes. Councilmember Woods?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Mayor Herbst?
Yes, the motion carries 7-0.